just try to keep your eyes up. So, for instance, when you enter this corner, so basically go in up between the two camping signs, and look for that first cone. Let the car go all the way out. Don't hug the inside. Further than that. You can go out more than that, Dave, and then come back. Now start looking at the entry, at the top end. Don't even look here. So look to this side. What are you in fourth? This guy, you can find in fourth. Okay. And start just to squeeze the power on a little. Look out under the O. You want to be looking at the bridge. Come out of the corner. Look for the next corner. Same thing. So I'm going to get you to sort of brake in a straight line. Once you've done your braking, see if you can just squeeze the throttle back on. So either be on the brake or on the throttle.
Okay. Shed. Keep your eye on the shed. Stay all the way to the right. Now brake. Turn in around the back of that cone. That's it. And if you got to go to second, or whatever you were in, you can stay in third, I would think. I'm going to wind this up so I can't hear you. I meant on the entry there. Yeah, on the entry.
You got to.
That's why I had problems with the other instructor. I mean, getting some instruction. I'm trying to think, and I need to just look at the road. I mean,
look at the road.
I do much better knowing I made a mistake, and then like I know I made a mistake.
Yep.
When I come back around the next time, if I don't correct it, then there's a big problem.
So when you tell them this, sort of
here, I'm going to stay a little wider.
And then look for the cone.
Look for the cone. I steer in too early there.
Yeah, a little bit. So just stay out on that corner. Don't be quite as close to the edge as you are.
Yeah.
But stay out longer. So when you go under the bridge, I want you go under the bridge, you're braking, you come off the brake, look down the hill, find that cone, and then aim at that cone. So don't go too early, because otherwise you'll be back about 30 foot too far ahead. Around here. Then change down to third for this one. Back around the back of the cone and stay in third. Don't need to go to second. You will go to second, okay? As you're turning. So come into it a little slower, and then as soon as you can see where you're going, squeeze the power back on then. Don't bang on it, but squeeze on it.
Okay.
So if you enter too quickly, you go over the top of the hill, you brake, what happens, all the weight goes on the front, the back's got nothing on it, it'll spin. Watch where that cone is now. Yeah.
can't brake where you're braking. Brake a little ahead of time. Yeah, squeeze it though, Dave. Don't jam them on. You got lots of brakes in this car. So it's the same here. So stay in there. Look for the cone. And aim at the inside of the track now. Good. Back on again now. I want you to power through the corner, don't just roll through it. Okay. Remember, brake in straight line. Now, that's better. Now just drive through it. Drive, bit of gas. Not too much. Look up to the end of the corner. Good. Brake. That wasn't first, was it? Ooh, that's not so good. A good way of getting
No, just I never let it out.
I figured.
I heard this thing.
I heard it. Yeah. So do the same thing again this time. Don't enter too fast on 2, and then when you get into it, just squeeze the throttle, but don't feather it.
I thought I had this corner in the first day, but it's a tricky corner.
It is. You know, the pros will tell you this is a tricky corner.
This is the one you see them. This is where I sit sometimes when I watch. They come around this corner of one wheel, some of the trucks do.
Yeah. Well, they got lots of grip. Right? Now turn in the gas.
Bend down.
we get to the other side. No, wait till you're on the straight. Let him go through here. He'll pass you on the next piece.
Okay.
So you decide which side you want him to pass on. Pass on this stretch. Wait till you're up on the other side of 3. Concentrate on your 2 corners here. You got nobody else behind you now.
Just waiting to get my line out of there.
Yeah, check them off again, right?
Enter this corner in a
Here?
yeah.
Speed-wise, 4th.
Yeah.
But there's 2 things that you could carry a lot more speed through this corner.
Yes.
So when you enter 4th, this is one where you can't do. This is one where you can't do too much damage. So.
You can skid out the next corner.
Well, on 9 you can. So here's the deal: when you come to the end of the straight, drop down to 4th. Do you know what RPM you'd be doing in 4th? At say.
Oh, it would start bringing me down below 100 kilometers, 100 mile an hour. It'd bring me down below 160. I think at that point, it'd probably rev high at.
Okay.
Because I'm coming down that straightaway at. I can hit. We were hitting 200K there.
Yep.
In 5th gear, so if I drop the gear, it's gonna slam me down to 160. If I drop it into 4th, top of 4th probably hits 160, but it would be buzzing.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be doing that. When you're braking.
No, I'll be
So
braking.
you come into
yeah.
fourth, and you went through fourth. Most of the time, you went through there in fourth.
Yes.
So that's what I would stick with. That's what I normally run with through fourth in there. Third is, interestingly, that you come through 10 in second.
I got a long reach. The gear's got a long reach. I could drop it down to first and get up to 100K in it.
I know, but if you went through 10 in third,
Yeah.
what would that be like? Could
It's
it be
okay.
stumbling, or it would be all right?
That's the last corner
Yeah.
here? No. It's just I don't have to shift going down the straightaway. And
So when do you change back up to fourth again? I think you do it here at the end under the bridge.
yeah, I can hit fourth here.
So here's what I would do. Don't change down to second on 10. So come into 8 in
Carry
fourth.
speed.
And carry some speed. If you're a little nervous to begin with, what to do is go in slower than you're comfortable with, or no quicker than you're comfortable with, and then start to push the power on. The worst thing, and as you push the power on, if the car wants to understeer a bit, pull it back in. Pull it back in so you stay on the right-hand side of that track. You know where I'm talking about? So aim for the blue Marshall truck.
No,
So you could be going probably 40 kilometers an hour faster than you are doing, because this car's got a lot of grip. So I don't want you to go that much quicker. But go in and then
no,
just
but I can
try
hear.
it.
I should be trying to hear
Try it.
a nice little even squeal as I go around.
Yes,
there,
you
right?
should, probably.
Right? Like eventually. I know
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but
Yeah.
I should hear a nice. And I think what happened was I came out of the first corner after the straightaway.
Yeah.
I carried a lot of speed through there last time I was here.
Yeah.
And I think I touched the brakes in the middle of the corner to slow it down.
In 9.
Yeah, I just slid out a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, still stayed in, but you know, I do
So
one
it's-
mistake and then all of a sudden I
it's
get
put you off.
Yeah.
So here's what to do. This is yeah, I know. I've spun there. I've put into second instead of fourth in there and spun my car there. So
yeah.
I know what it's like with. Oh, but I would have thought this gearbox is a bit tighter than mine. Anyway, so when you go through 8. That is, I think, what you're doing. You're thinking, oh, I don't want to go too quick because I don't have enough time to brake and get down to third and do all that.
But I also know that to drive proper, I have to brake at the last second, because if I brake too early, I'm not tucking the car down to load it into the corner. That's my understanding of the physics of it. But
It
if
is.
that's true or not.
It is, but you don't need to.
Just a slight set down.
Yeah, as long as you want the car to. If you put the brakes on as you're going into the corner and you turn, you got a bunch of load on the 2 front tires, so they can grip better. If you were, when you come down the straight and you come to 8, there's a hump right at the end, right?
I'm always apprehensive.
Right,
Yeah,
and you should be a little apprehensive.
Yes.
So if you're not straight, if you're not straight there, or if you're too close to the grass, you really jump on those brakes, the car will do a bit of this, right? So I think you should be giving yourself a little more room than you are from the edge of the track, because in 2 and 8, you're running on the grass basically, and you don't need to be.
And you know what it is? No, but that's a visual reference point. That's just me
thinking there's my.
I got 3.
there's the
I
edge.
think I'm 2 feet inside, and I'm on the edge.
maybe. So, so on 8, so I would approach at the speed you are doing, but then instead of letting the car just drift, be conscious of the fact that you're driving through there with your foot hardly on it. It's just rolling through there.
Yes.
Well, if you squeeze the gas on in that corner, the car's going to sit better.
Right.
It will sit better. You don't have to jam it into third and honk it through there, but you can be going a fair bit quicker. So just try it, but be aware. Then you're going to approach 9 faster. So when you get to the end of that little straight, where I say stay out to the right, aim for the master, you've got a little bit of space there when you're going to be going
shift
from
away
on,
the car.
but you got to brake, third turn. That's the busiest part of the track.
Okay.
That right there is the busiest part of the track.
Yeah.
It's not bad here because you're already in third and here's 10 and you're going uphill anyway. This last one.
Yeah.
It's not bad in 5 because you're going same thing. You're going up the hill. The car is slowing naturally as you go into the hairpin. But on 9, if I get you to speed up through 8, you're going to holy shit! I've hardly got any time to brake and do this and turn. But that's what you got to do. Brake.
So do you
Turn
carry
in,
you carry a high third through there then?
Yeah, through 9, not through 8.
And when you set up for 2, Because
You're talking about 2 now?
No, 9. So when you're hitting 10, so when you come into 10,
Stay
you're
in
hitting third, and
Yeah.
you're just trying to carry that weight through there. Then
You're fine.
Right?
You won't need. So when you come through 9 and 10, those 2 corners are about the same speed.
Oh,
You're
are
gonna,
they?
They are. You're gonna. So
Wow.
8 is
Wow.
quick. 8 is
That's
quick.
a lot faster than I thought it was.
8 is quick, right? 8 is a
Holy
lot
fuck.
faster. 9 is 9 is.
I'm gonna be at the end of the straightaway.
Yeah.
I'll be at the end of the straightaway a couple seconds later.
Right. So
Well, how fast is that one then?
this one here.
This
Oh, that's
third?
a lot quicker. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. But that one's. You're doing all right through there.
Yeah.
And you remember the couple of times when I said, get into the throttle on 2?
Yeah, because I'm
and
afraid.
I give you a pat and said, perfect?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
I know.
I find when I step on it here,
Yeah.
I get pushed to the outside. So I don't know. I don't like because when you're pushing on the gas, but you've got straightaway, I could push harder on the gas, or I could correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to correct because I don't want to make any sudden movements.
You don't want to make
But
any
what is the
sudden-
right? What is the right way to?
What are we talking about? What are we,
Just
what
as
about on
in
the
any
track
corner
over?
when you're coming out and you're drifting, you're stepping into it and you're drifting too much. Should I be stepping on it and
So what happened? A couple of times when that happens, and this car doesn't do it very much because in the dry you got lots of grip, right? So
Okay.
you can make some errors and the car
I got
will let
lots
you
of
make,
road?
You do.
Yeah, yeah.
The 2 times when it happened though was I think 2 and 4. So in 2, what's going on is you're getting right out to the very edge. A couple of times you're carrying too much speed on the entry, and then you think, oh fuck, I'm going too fast. I better brake. So what happens when you brake, you throw all the weight onto this wheel, so the car then has nothing in the back and it steps out of it, right? So what you got to do is approach a little slower, and as soon as you come off the brake and you turn in, and I use this term, I bend the wheel, bend the car in. Don't go.
I call it like I sit there and I float through the
Yeah,
corner.
you float through. You just
trying
kind of squeeze it through, right? You
Yeah.
don't go boom.
No.
You go.
Is there more? Is there not
yeah,
more?
Yeah. So when you brake, you turn in gently. Look for that first cone, and then start to get back on the gas again. Not hard, just enough so that the car's got a bit of power. What you're doing right now is you're going in too fast. You're thinking, "Fuck, I'm going too fast," and you turn because you think I don't want to run off. Then you brake. Then you coast through the first part of the corner. You go down to the bottom and you're back on again.
Yeah,
But a couple of times when you didn't do that, remember when I said, "Okay, now get back on it now." And remember how we went down the bottom and you came out of it, and I said, "Look at the entry to the corner. Look at the entry to the corner." Didn't it feel a lot better
Oh yeah,
then?
no. We went through there smooth.
Right.
And we had a couple lines there that were just smooth and carrying a lot of speed.
Yep.
And it's like I know that between 2 and 4, like that's a huge straightaway. But when you carry all the speed that you got coming out of there, like man, it's short. And the next corner is even faster, right?
Well, 4 is fast. 3 is not too bad. 2 is the one where you're coming back up. 2 is the blind one. 3 is off to the right when you're
Yeah.
off to the right. And then 4 is the faster corner when you're going
You're
over the top.
blind.
And again, you're blind again. On that, so that's your second one. So on 8, I want you to, if you want to go in at the speed you are, fine. But when you get into it, give it some gas. Honestly, the worst, it's just about impossible to spin it there.
Okay.
So just give it some more, and you're going to think, oh, I'm holding on. But then when you get to, don't forget,
That's a good
you're running
feeling,
out of
though.
time. You're running out. So you come through. So when you're coming down, here's the blue marshal's post. As soon as you've got all that fixed in your eye, look to the left, because that'll tell you when you got to brake to turn in on corner 9 to hit that marker on the inside of corner 9.
Yeah.
So if you don't look at that, if you say, I'm looking at the marshal's post, I'm looking at the marshal's post, I'm looking at all of a sudden you go, whoa, holy shit, here's the corner.
Yeah.
So come through that corner, squeeze the gas on, look at the marshal's post, go, okay, I know where I'm going now. Where's the corner? There's the corner there. It's literally about at that angle.
So it's off the gas. It's off the gas.
Off the gas, brake,
on the
and
brake
turn.
And down, turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have a lot of time to do it, but if you look for where that cone is, you'll know when to do it.
So going into the two blind corners, why?
Right.
Why they both have floats in the middle of them, right? So I'm not hitting. They're both similar.
They're similar. They are.
So what you're doing on 4 is different than what you're doing on 2. 2 you were carrying a bit too much speed going in, and then you're thinking, oh, I better brake a bit here. So that's when it went. 4, what's going on is you're turning too early. And you know that because every time you said to me, I'm too soon. I'm before the freaking. I'm before the marker.
Yeah.
So what happens is you go onto the bridge, and you kind of go, okay, I'm at the corner now. I better turn. So you turn, then you go, oh fuck, the marker's further down. So you go back out and correct again. So next time, do what you're doing. Stay a little.